All right, we are live. What's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Um, this is something new that I'm doing just on Saturdays as part of my efforts to push more content out to you guys. Um, Saturdays we're gonna go through the crypto news, take it pretty easy, um, and just talk about the leading topics in this crazy industry. So, good morning, JE. We're going to wait for just a couple more people to get in here. Thank you. Thank you for liking the video. I'll tweet this out. We are live for a rundown of this week's crypto news. I will be discussing BTC, ETC, what else? And more. All right, we'll tweet that out. Good deal. How's everybody's week go this week? Good morning. Bouncing Muffin is parched. Did you drink last night? No, a 2-week free trial being given away? No. Unfortunately, I did give away 2 free monthly memberships last week. And that might be a theme, plus or minus 1 or 2 moving forward. So, yeah. Hope everybody's had a good week. I remember when I was working a real job, they say. Saturday mornings were always welcome. So, unfortunately, I almost never know what day it is anymore. But today is Saturday, and I do know that. So we're doing the news. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and we will get to it. I'm going to start off with the biggest news of the week. Make sure that you guys can see my screen. What do we got here? Yes, you can. The New York Stock Exchange. All right. It's like the biggest stock exchange in the world. Their parent company, the Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, as you may know them, they're launching a startup called Bakkt. Okay. And they want to make the cryptocurrency safe for your retirement fund and maybe for retail too. So this is big. This is, for my knowledge, I think this is the biggest Bitcoin related news that I may have seen in terms of going mainstream. We're talking about the New York Stock Exchange's owner wants to bring Bitcoin to your 401k, which I don't know if you guys know or not. I expect most of you know. A 401k is a retirement fund that you invest in, tax deferred in the United States, so you don't pay tax on it out of your check. You don't get taxed on that portion of the income that you're putting into your 401k, and then when you take it out of retirement, you get taxed on it. And there's certain limits when you can take it out of retirement, etc. So we're talking about investing in Bitcoin for the long term, systematically. People go to work, a portion of the check could go into Bitcoin. And that is why the Bitcoin ETF getting approved is such a big deal, is because there would just be systematic buying. Now the VanEck SolidX one is 25 Bitcoin minimum. So it's for larger investors. However, people are thinking that if that gets approved, then it will clear the way for more ETFs to get approved, and more systematic buying of Bitcoin long term. But this is gigantic. So let's run through this article. It says Bitcoin could be on the verge of breaking through as a mainstream currency. At least that's the goal of a startup that is soon to be launched by one of the most powerful players on Wall Street. with backing from some of America's leading companies. This morning, the Intercontinental Exchange, the trading colossus that owns the New York Stock Exchange and other global marketplaces, so not just the New York Stock Exchange, announced that it is forming a new company called Bakkt. The new venture, which is expected to launch in November, will offer a federally regulated market for Bitcoin. With the creation of Bakkt, ICE aims to transform Bitcoin into a trusted global currency with broad usage. That's gigantic. I mean, we're talking about, in terms of mainstream finance, we're talking about the biggest power player. Telling us and legitimizing cryptocurrency as an asset class, as an industry, because it's not just, they don't just hint to Bitcoin in this article, but they want to turn it into a trusted global currency. So Bitcoin maximalists for the longest time, or even not just the Bitcoin maximalists, but Bitcoin believers have always said, okay, this is going to be the reserve currency of the world. This will be the global currency, the one global currency. And it's always been kind of like a libertarian school of thought that fiat will fail, Bitcoin will become this global currency, and the whole world will kind of bow to it. Well, that has been for the longest time. I don't want to say a pipe dream, but kind of like an idealistic view of what Bitcoin could become. Well, we have the owner of the largest stock exchange in the world, okay, wanting to legitimize this, turn it into a trusted global currency. This is from the horse's mouth, okay? It's not just me. With broad usage, okay? So Bitcoin is a network, right? And the network effect says that a network is worth the square of its total users. Well, if there's broad usage, can you imagine what Bitcoin would be worth? And say we get an ETF approved as well, multiple ETFs and market cap weighted ETFs for the top 10 of cryptocurrencies and everything. You think people are just going to stop with Bitcoin, with broad usage? Bitcoin is the leader in this sector for many reasons. First mover's advantage, but it's also a gateway to many other digital currencies, many other platforms, you name it. And this is how it begins, in my opinion. So to continue on, to achieve that vision, ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, is partnering with heavyweights from the worlds of technology, consulting, and retail. Microsoft, Boston Consulting Group, BCG, and Starbucks. Okay. ICE did not immediately disclose the total investment of the investment partners, a group which includes Fortress Investment Group, Eagle 7, and Susquehanna International Group, or the ownership stakes. We're not going to read the whole article, but I will continue on this paragraph. The founding imperative for Bakkt will be to make Bitcoin a sound and secure offering. For key constituents that now mostly shun it, the world's biggest financial institutions, the goal is to clear the way for major money managers to offer Bitcoin mutual funds, pension funds, and ETFs as highly regulated mainstream investments. And the next step after that could be using Bitcoin to replace your credit card. Okay? Huge. We're talking about Bitcoin mutual funds, pension funds, and ETFs. Are you guys bullish? Are you bullish on this? Because if you're bullish on this, the last week or two of price action shouldn't matter to you. This is long term. It's literally staring you right in the eyes and saying, hello, this is going to the freaking moon. And it's hard to see the forest through the trees, but if you're here and you're watching this stream, congratulations. You're part of the first 1 to 2 to 3% of crypto people. Yeah, it's been around for 9 to 10 years, but you always wish that you could have gone back to the early 90s and bought Google stock, or Apple stock or something. And well, I think you just did, guys, to be honest with you. Actually, I'm fairly certain that you just did. Except it's not stock. It's peer-to-peer, trustless distributed ledger currency store of value, except it's going to go global. It's highly deflationary, and you own a piece of the pie. So congratulations. We'll finish up here. Bakkt is designed to serve as a scalable on-ramp for institutional, that magical word, institutional, merchant and consumer participation in digital assets by promoting greater efficiency, security, and utility. We are collaborating to build an open platform that helps unlock the transformative potential of digital assets. And this is why I kept reading all across down this article. Digital assets. They didn't just say Bitcoin, but digital assets across global markets and commerce. Okay, so something tells me they don't just have their eye on Bitcoin, right? And I think this is very bullish for Litecoin, personally, because if they're going to start, this goes on to talk about how Microsoft and Starbucks are, going to start accepting Bitcoin as payment. Microsoft had before, but they stopped. But Starbucks, you know how many people per day go to Starbucks and they could see a sign, "We accept Bitcoin here." And this goes back to my long-standing opinion that Bitcoin and Litecoin and digital currencies are perfect for retail shops because they don't have chargebacks, fraudulent chargebacks. People calling their bank and saying, "Yeah, they're buying something," and saying that was fraud, and then the transaction getting reversed and the retailer being left out on inventory, losing that money. But also, they don't have a merchant credit card processor taking 2 to 3% of the total sale right off the top when they swipe their card. And they get their money faster. They don't have to wait 2 to 3 days for that merchant services processor to send them their money that they got from that credit card transaction. So it makes too much sense. And this goes back to, I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be as much of a digital currency as I think it'll be a store of value, because it's ridiculously low supply, and the fact that Litecoin is 4 times faster, 4 times cheaper, it's copy paste of the same code, and they play together so damn well. So I think this is bullish for Litecoin as well. I really do. Litecoin is more for merchant adoption, and you start bringing cross-chain atomic swaps, and you'll be able to move your Bitcoin into Litecoin, make the payment, move it right back into Bitcoin, have your store of value, and be good to go. So this is the future, guys. I'm really, really excited about this. Let's see what the comments are. Let a drink last night. I liked video. Thanks. I'm waiting for Bart to join in. Yo. Yeah, BTC will stuck in 401ks for 40 years will be nice, because there's not a lot of Bitcoin to go around, guys. There's maybe only 16 million. So of real Bitcoin supply to go around, and then you have another block halving in like a year and a half to 2 years, and then half of the new amount of Bitcoin is entering the market, and you have ETFs purchasing, and I mean shit is gonna get wonky. And since there's not enough Bitcoin to go around, other digital assets are going to be looked at for adoption as well. Okay, well, oh shit, we missed the boat on Bitcoin. What's next? It matters if you're long on MEX is underwater. Not really. Not right now. Told the private group a couple hours ago, you guys, if you want to average down or right above 7,200, have at it, because that's the 4-hour 200 moving average. But this isn't a TA stream, so that's big news, guys. They're coming out and proclaiming this to be legitimized, so that's huge. Let's continue on. And another piece of news for those in the UK, Coinbase has added British pound for UK crypto users. Just another on-ramp, just another fiat currency that can be spent to buy deflationary currency or store of value. Customers will now be able to deposit and withdraw pound sterling and use it to directly buy and sell cryptocurrency for the first time. Customers will not only benefit from increased speed, but reduced costs as well by no longer having to convert funds from Great Britain pound to euros and vice versa to add and remove funds. There will be no more exchange rates. So, basically, the barriers to entry one by one are being lowered more and more. So that's big. And each time that you see that, guys, it's just another brick in the wall, basically, of where this is going. So, um, and then speaking of more adoption and Coinbase, final testing, they put this out on Tuesday, final testing for Ethereum Classic support on Coinbase. It will be open for inbound transfers for Coinbase Pro, which is the former GDAX site. It's like their professional trading suite. If you guys don't know, Coinbase Pro, if you want to buy any digital currencies on Coinbase, go to Coinbase Pro. You can use your bank account because the fees are much lower. And that goes for selling as well. So Coinbase Pro will be open for inbound transfers of Ethereum Classic on Tuesday, August 7th. We intend to allow 24 to 48 hours of inbound transfers through Coinbase Pro and Coinbase Prime before enabling trading. So, or they announced this for Tuesday, August 7th. This was announced on August 3rd, which was yesterday. So we're looking at August 9th for Ethereum Classic trading, which is big. I expect Ethereum Classic to freak out and go hardcore to the upside. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be the cheapest coin on Coinbase, guys. What else? What else do you need to say? Look what happened to Litecoin when it was added. It was like $4, and it just spiked immediately. Now that was a highly less liquid market, so any buy side pressure spikes the price. But still, it's gonna be the cheapest coin on Coinbase. That's all you need to know. Moving forward, this was big. This is a big point of contention in the crypto space. This was written yesterday, but OKX, which used to be OKCoin, which is by volume one of the largest, if not the largest exchange, cryptocurrency exchange. They had a $9 million clawback on their Bitcoin futures. So what does this mean? So one user, as I say, made an enormous gamble on Bitcoin futures and lost. Okay, they got liquidated. However, because it was an unusually large long position of over 4 million Bitcoin futures contracts, gigantic, because the user declined the exchange's request to lower or deleverage the position. Each futures contract has a notional value of $100. So the total value was over $400 million. Okay, this person on that trade lost over $400 million. That is insanity. They were going long. They were betting the price was going to go up. But since because of the magnitude of the order, there wasn't enough on the other side to cover that. So what happened? Well, the shorts, people who were betting the price to go down, they had to participate in basically a socialized clawback, meaning that everybody had to give a percentage of their gains back to zero sum that transaction, to even out that transaction, to basically pay for the rest of that liquidation to be resolved. So can you imagine if you made some crazy profit and then you have to give back 17, 20, 30% of that just because you won? Because OKX didn't have enough in their insurance fund. They had 10 Bitcoin in their insurance fund to cover situations like this, and which wasn't enough, not even remotely close. I mean, this was like 1,200 BTC, I think. Yeah, the loss to investors is around 1,200 Bitcoin, around $8.8 million at press time, which will split proportionately by all profited traders realized, plus unrealized gains. So all those shorts had to split $8.8 million, probably prorated or weighed by how much you made, to cover that, which is just, oh, that's insane. And then OKX said they had injected 2,500 Bitcoin into its insurance fund to limit the damage to traders, but too little, too late. It's tough shit. But guess what? In an underdeveloped market like this, that is it's part of the risk of the game that you play, guys. Um, so I imagine many traders will leave OKX after this and go to BitMEX. This is only bullish for BitMEX, in my opinion. And that's just absolutely rough. I would be pissed off. So be careful out there, boys and girls. What are my ETC targets for this week? Oh, I don't know. I think 300k sats is probably a good place to start. I think you can probably safely buy, to be honest. But make sure you sell, some to de-risk when you're in profit. You always need to make sure you're doing that. De-risk and have your risk management set up. Like, know what you're going to do in that trade, right? Javis Montana says, do you think that this might be a good news for NPXS? They have the machines ready to use. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you want to clarify that for me, that'd be awesome. Moving forward, Korea's biggest exchange, Upbit. Now, how much of a shit show has Korean exchanges been? Oh my gosh. But they come out clean in an audit after raid. And this is big, right? Because offices get raided. You don't want some shit to come out. Korea's been very friendly to cryptos overall, especially with upcoming legislation to allow ICOs and shit. And South Korea takes their anti-money laundering and know your customer rules extremely serious, which is why if you're outside of Korea, you can't really even trade on their exchanges, and so you see the arbitrage opportunities that you can't take advantage of with higher prices on Korean exchanges many times, and they call that the kimchi premium. But looking at this, Upbit, currently the biggest crypto exchange in South Korea, came out clean in an audit report which provided the exchange had 100% of the amount its balance sheet demonstrated. That is gigantic, guys. How many times do you hear that, oh, this exchange could be insolvent or Tether could be insolvent? So anytime that you see that there are big players in this industry that are not only solvent but honest with their balance sheets, that's, I wouldn't say it's bullish, but it saves you from some potentially bearish activity. So Upbit on May 11 was raided by local authorities under the suspicion of balance sheet manipulation and inflated volumes. At the time, the Financial Services Commission, the main financial watchdog of South Korea and Korea Financial Intelligence Unit, secured the hard disk and accounting book of Upbit to evaluate claims from unknown sources that the exchange is insolvent. 4 days subsequent to the raid, the Upbit team hired Eugene, one of the largest accounting firms in South Korea, to validate the holdings of the exchange and the company's balance sheet. On May 15th, Eugene officially cleared Upbit, concluding that the holdings of Upbit exactly matched the amount of user funds listed on its balance sheet. So not only did their hired auditor say that everything was good, but also their unhired auditor, the FSC and the KFIU, they did their checks and discovered that they are good to go. So that is a good piece of news here. And then last but not least, guys, Mylanta. McAfee's unhackable wallet, unhackable Bitcoin wallet allegedly hacked. So have you guys been seeing John McAfee's tweets about, if you can hack the BitFi wallet, I'll give you $100,000. It's completely unhackable. Nobody can hack it. I welcome you to try. And then he upped the bounty to $250,000 and put it in over doubled down and said that nobody can hack this shit. And this is my challenge to you. You'll make a lot of money if you can. And came out big dick swinging. Well, it came out that I think they were hacked. So Oversoft NL, put out a tweet on August 1st, which was Wednesday. Short update without going into much detail about BitFi. We have root access, a patched firmware, and can confirm the BitFi wallet still connects happily to the dashboard. There are no checks in place to prevent that, like claimed by BitFi. So BitFi kind of had to go back to the drawing board and say, how are we going to handle this? And so they give this ambiguous tweet where they kind of make reference to it, and they say, "Dear friends, we're announcing second bounty to help us assist potential security weaknesses of the BitFi device." So now we're announcing second bounties, right? Like, oh shit, what happened? What else could be out there? And McAfee really hasn't addressed it. But it's just funny. That guy puts his foot in his mouth so much, and we should be close to him eating his dick on national television if Bitcoin isn't $1 million, per his own words, by 2020. So that's just funny. Every time McAfee does something like this, it makes me laugh. Yeah, crypto, Frank, a big thing in life is you don't want to pull out too early or too late, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't want to pull out too late. Make sure your pull out game is strong. So, yeah, I mean that's the news that I have for this week, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. First off, let me know in the chat right now. I'll be on for a couple more minutes, conversate with you guys, and just want to know what questions you guys got. So let's check Twitter real quick. All right, neato gang. Anytime that North Korea is trending, I get a little antsy in my pantsy. So, guys, if you could, while we're waiting for some questions, if you want to like the video, subscribe if you're new around here. If you guys follow me, there's a free Telegram channel of mine. We have over 2,000 members. I put out calls, crypto news. I do AMAs, ask me anything in the chat room. That's pinned in the link in the pinned link or pinned message in my Telegram channel. Please make sure you join that. My Twitter account is linked there. I have my handle for my Instagram and then my website and my email address if you guys want to get in touch with me. Make sure you guys are following me on all channels. Best take advantage of the art. Yeah, I'm pretty damn active. So, and I'm here for you guys. Still new to this space. Awesome, Frank. When did you join crypto? How new are we talking here? Because if you're new to this space, you probably haven't seen the good shit that crypto can offer in terms of pumps, but it's coming, man. I'm telling you, it's coming. Bouncing Muffin says, quick BTC TA, please. Gosh. Oh, it's right on the 4-hour 200 moving average, guys. You have a bull div taking place here. Lower low on price. It's looking like a higher low on the oscillator. Low volume sell-off right here. This was higher volume, but since we've been dropping, lower volume, and if you draw this from here, looking like a falling wedge right into that 200 moving average, a flattening 4-hour 200 moving average. I'm expecting a bounce. I am expecting a bounce. A falling wedge is a bullish reversal pattern, and I'm expecting a nice bounce. At least up to 7,800, guys. Right before 7,800. So if you've been averaging down this whole way, like we have, a bounce to 77 to 7,800, at least to 7,700 I'm looking at. Bitcoin would go down to 6,800 and still be bullish, straight up. But like right here, oh, whoops. This wick right there. Sideways, right before the 382 fib retracement. It should at least go up to there. And, I just averaged down again right before 7,200. And my price is, my average price is like 7,340. And a bounce to even 7,700 will represent like $360 of profit times 3 because my leverage. And that's per coin, $1,080 worth of profit. You guys tell me if that's good profit or not. I think it is. And I'm taking my first profit to 77, taking my second profit to 78. And then I'll leave a little bit open, probably with a I want to see the price action, but probably with a stop below 7,400. We'll see. So, yeah, I'm expecting a bounce here shortly, guys. Here comes the boom. Started studying in January. Started getting serious investing in about May. Okay, so actually, if you started investing in May, like I know it's August right now, but I mean you've probably been averaging down and stuff like that. It's better than investing in February. You know what I'm saying? So like, or January. So I think we're getting to the end parts, especially of this altcoin bear market. Because how much more can these things sell off? You know what I'm saying? With all this bullish news and stuff, and it's easy to stay perma bear near the bottom of the market. But I've seen this will be my fourth altcoin cycle, and they all look the exact same. They all do the same shit. They all have the same Twitter sentiment. They all have the same behavior. They're all the same. Because it's the anatomy of a market cycle. Like if I show you guys my desktop shit posting, no, I do Mimi's picks. Here we go. And if we look at the anatomy of a market cycle, you guys can see this here. This is what every market cycle looks like, guys, especially in crypto, because crypto is, you have nothing to go off of but technical analysis. You have some fundamental analysis to go off of, but these aren't crazy liquid markets. These are brand new markets. These they're developing. These haven't been tried and tested throughout time. So what do you have? You have technical analysis and human emotion carrying the markets and the charts. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you can go off of. So on the way up, you start and you're like, oh my gosh, this rally is going to fail like the others. Disbelief, like what the hell? And then you clear that first resistance, like hope of recovery is possible, and all the way up, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. I'm a genius. We're all going to be rich, and then you fall pretty far, but you bounce back up. We just need to cool off for the next rally, complacency. And then you break that support, anxiety, and then denial, and then panic, and then capitulation. I'm getting out of the markets. I can't afford to lose more. And then you get pissed off. Who's short of the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? And then after your anger leaves, you get depressed. My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I was so dumb. And you've sold, and you lose hope. And then, the thing nobody told you is that this is the point of maximum financial opportunity at the bottom. Why? Because everybody's already sold. There's no sellers left. Everybody's sold. Okay? There's no sellers left. All down this market, capitulation, anger, depression, panic. They've sold. Retail sold. Everybody's out of that market on the sell side. So any buying action starts to break through resistance. And you look at yourself after all these scared emotions and you say, disbelief. This is a sucker's rally, man. There's no freaking way this is going to happen. The rally it's going to fail like all the others. And look, disbelief. Now you're back to disbelief. This rally is going to fail like all the others. You bust through the next resistance. A recovery is possible. Except all this buying up the chart, guess what? There's no sellers because they've already sold. They've already sold. And then you get another blow off top to new all-time highs. And then there's no buyers left because they've already bought. So you get this market cycle again. And human emotions carry you through. You see it clear a couple resistances, and then retail sees how much money people are making, and they come back in. People are FOMO buying and getting excited, and oh my God, I'm the wisest person ever, and I'm thrilled and euphoric, and then everybody's bought. And you do it again. So if you look at these altcoin cycles, what does this look like? What does that look like? Right there. Let's look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the perfect, actually Stratus, in my opinion, is the perfect emotions of a market cycle chart. But not on Bittrex. And log shouldn't be on. Here we go. Right there, I'll take the volume off. Look at that. Look at that. Let's look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin's been around forever. You know how many market cycles Dogecoin's had? Look at that. What do you guys think? Huh? Does that look like it or what? Does it look like market cycles? Market cycles? Huh? You think this shit ain't gonna happen again? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Human greed never ends. And we haven't even hit $1 trillion market cap yet. Come on. It's ridiculous. I laugh at people who say we'll never get another alt season again. That is the most preposterous thing in the world. You are betting against history. You're betting against statistics that say that, yeah, this is going to happen. This has happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Oh, you're going to be right on the 6th time it's not going to happen? When this market's still highly underdeveloped? Come on. It's ridiculous. What other coins represent this? Even EOS, like market cycle, right? Look at Neo. You think Neo is a perfect example of it. A market, excuse my fibs on these charts, guys. Here. Market cycle, all the way down. You always have your bull trap in a market cycle. It just depends on where it's at. And that's like the complacency. Bang, there we go. There's your bull trap, back down. What else? OMG. Market cycle, up, down, up, down. Siacoin. Up, down, up, down. It's like it fucking happens. Because, like, there's no sellers left. You can only sell so much, man. And there was no sellers left. Any buying spikes the price. And even from the bottom of this market cycle to the top, it went up 223%. 223%. Look at Tron. You think Tron's not going to do it again? Look at that. Market cycle. It's craziness, man. It's absolute craziness, and it never fails. NEM. Come on. Look at that shit. And guess what? When you break all-time highs, usually you go to new all-time highs. Now, this last one didn't break all-time highs, but this over here, that was your chart before. And then guess what? A full market cycle. Hit the floor. Oh, we break all-time highs finally. Boom. New all-time highs. And it's like, if we trend-based Fibonacci this from the bottom of the previous market cycle to the top, and then put that to the bottom of this, I mean, it got up to the 4.618 before tweezer topping down, and that was your sign to get the fuck out. But 4.618, right? Like, a lot of these go to the 4.618. A lot of them, 4.272, 4.618. So, like, if we're to assume that on this SEM, 0.93, that it reverses at the 0.93, and we take this off here and delete it, and we trend-based Fibonacci from the bottom of the previous market cycle to the top to 1750 was where it was at, right around there. There we go. I'm not saying it will, but I ain't saying it won't when we get to a 5 trillion market cap. You could be looking at 55K for NEM, for the new economy movement. And you think I'm joking. Shit's gonna get wild, boys and girls. We have 30 million users of Bitcoin, of cryptocurrencies. 30 million. Okay, that's like 1/15th, 1/12 of America's population alone. And then this is global. It does look like opportunity. You want to get fucking rich? Buy the lows and wait. Bear markets are where you make your money. Correct, Crypto Frank. You make things so much easier to understand. Thank you, Steffi Chu. I actually, wait, is the video paused? No. Guys, also make sure, like, I always say this every stream, but make sure you put the quality on 1080p 60 frames a second so it's clearer for you. I don't know if YouTube defaults to 480p for you, but it does for me. So I try to put out the high quality resolutions and stuff for you guys. So make sure that you're using it if you can, if you're on Wi-Fi. But yeah, Steph, I actually I started the free Telegram, I think, in October of 2017 because I knew what I was doing in crypto. I'd been through enough cycles and trading and everything. And on Twitter, that's like a breeding ground for newbies in cryptos to follow like the OGs, what they call the original gangsters of crypto Twitter, people who came in first basically and built a following just by default because they were first there. But they shill shitty bags and like they'll jump in and shill a bag and it'll pump and they'll dump on their followers and like they're just like shitheads, right? And I don't trust them. And there's a lot of bad big accounts that don't have the newbies' best interests at heart. So that's why I started it, kind of out of spite against those people, and just to be a safe haven for newbies, because you guys can trust me, like straight up. You guys can trust me. I have your best interests at heart. So again, when everyone else is scared, looks like opportunity. Icon's a good example. Icon's a great example. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling. It's time to eat. I don't eat till 11. But take this off here. Let's assume the icon bounces 11.7K. That's what I'm assuming. But even if it doesn't, the fib extension should be somewhere close. We'll put 11.7K. There we go. You bet your ass it's going to at least the 1.618, 152K sats. But I think it'll go to 4.272, 4.618. Looking like a 40x from here. Where does that put it? You're like, oh no, you're crazy. Oh, am I? Am I crazy? 350 billion market cap. Yeah. So 350, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 40. Wait, is it only 350 million market cap? Woo! Puts it at a $14 billion market cap. $14 billion. Okay. Is that crazy? Let's see. 3 cryptocurrencies are currently above 14 billion. And Bitcoin Cash is close. But I went through here yesterday and I counted how many cryptos have had at least a $10 billion market cap. And I went through manually and I calculated 13 of them, by my calculations, have had at least a 10 billion market cap. And we're talking about a 14 billion market cap, like that's a big deal for it to 40x. Come on. That's not a big deal. And here's why. If I go into my private group, we were having a discussion yesterday about why I think Icon could moon. ICX. So, and here's why. Jump. I said, find me a platform that competes. Well, first off, let's take a look at this. I said, simple trend-based Fibonacci projections from here show $21 as a normal target for an Icon. That would still put it at less than a 10 billion market cap. A figure that 13 projects have hit in the past before we hit a 1 trillion market cap and beyond. Add into it the friendly upcoming legislation landscape for South Korean ICOs. They're going to legalize ICOs. And the fact that staking hasn't even happened yet, which during a bull run only detracts from the sellers even more. And I believe 20 to 25 is merely an inevitable. For real. And wait, and I'll show you here, because this is the 1.618 extension on the US dollar chart. It's the US dollar chart. It's $21, okay? And that's still less than a 10 billion market cap, okay? So I'm not crazy because 13 projects have hit that, and we're talking about the next bull run. I bet you 30 projects will hit it. 50 projects will hit 10 billion. For real, find me a platform a platform project that competes with Icon fundamentally. Here is the criteria I am looking for: speed, transactions per second. And this is Icon won't be the fastest blockchain, right? But we're looking for an aggregate of all these fundamental features: speed, interoperability with foreign blockchains, native market fertility for innovation and adoption. South Koreans have already stated that they want to be at the forefront of basically all technological advancements and revolution, but they are specifically targeting blockchain and cryptocurrencies as a big driver for them moving forward. Like, it's something they're dead serious about, and they want to open innovation. How you open innovation, you lower regulation, basically. The barriers to entry, etc. And you allow ICOs. Well, what's Icon? Icon's an ICO project, right? So ICOs, big partnerships. Well, they have a partnership with Line, who has 200 million users in Japan as a messaging service, and Line is going to build all of their decentralized applications on Icon's blockchain. Well, if you look at WeChat, which is the biggest messaging application in China, I think they have like 1 billion users or something like that. I'm not sure. Many hundreds of millions. You can do everything through WeChat. You can order food. You can order an Uber. You can buy shit like Craigslist. Like, you can do like Venmo style payments, peer to peer. Like, you name it, you can do everything through there. And that's going to be what Line is like, except those applications are going to be decentralized, and they're going to be running through Icon's blockchain. Well, to allow for those ICOs, for those decentralized applications to release, they're going to have to do token sales, and that's going to be off Icon. You're going to need Icon to participate, and you see. So big backing. You check Icon's backing, not only in mutual funds, but their advisory board. They got billionaires backing. You name it. Icon has got a massive backing. Staking. So staking is you secure the blockchain, your proof of stake, by holding coins in your wallet, and they basically verify other transactions on the blockchain, and that allows you to get paid in more coins as more coins are released. So multi-programming language support. Python now, they're adding Java, they're adding Go, and then the roadmap says they will add even more languages after that. Probably look for C#, C++, who knows. Maybe even Solidity, because they're going to be interoperable with other blockchains for Ethereum. And then you forgot one. Oh, wait, I'm not going to say the last one. That was an inside joke between the group. So, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of awesome blockchain platform projects, but I think Icon is going to be one of the big winners of next all season. So, Kalash Bart says, I need to learn how and when to use trend-based fibs. Hey, thanks, Crypto Frank. I'm pumped. I'm pumped that you support me and that you're a big fan. And if you have, ever any questions, let me know, or get your friends in here. Bart, watch, I'm slain. Bart, I will never teach you anything. I will crush you. I'm kidding. Bart's he's like my boyfriend, but not, Yeah, guys, but and that it ain't just Icon that's gonna go crazy, There's a lot of projects that are gonna go crazy, so it's probably gonna start with Bitcoin. So hang in there. Hang in there. Anyways, so that was the crypto news stream, guys. Put a little Ask Me Anything session into it. If you guys got any questions, let me know. I got mad love for you. And that'll be it. All right. We will catch you guys later.